I know you've been doing the work. I know that you have been pouring time and energy into various forms of personal growth work, whether you're on a path of psychotherapy or perhaps some form of healing or energy work, or maybe you're implementing various personal development tools like affirmations, visualization, meditation. Maybe you've just really taken it upon yourself to just set healthier boundaries and to be able to protect your energy, to focus in on your mission, on your purpose, to really fulfill your desire of reaching your potential. And you've made some changes in your life and you've immersed yourself in these practices, these habits, these rituals. You've been doing it for a long time. I know it. I see it because I'm right there with you. And you may not be experiencing life circumstances which actually reflect the work that you've been doing on yourself, right? Maybe you've gotten into a bit of a fundamental understanding that your thoughts become your reality, that from behavioral psychology it tells us that what you believe about yourself and about the world and about others ultimately influences the thoughts that you have on a moment-by-moment basis. And those thoughts, which are an electrical conductivity, are experienced as emotions in the body. And the emotional state that you're in influences the actions that you take, which produce your results in life and thereby create your reality. And yet, with all the work that you've been doing, you notice that your circumstances, whether it's a job that you're in that still doesn't feel right, maybe it's a business that hasn't grown beyond the point which it's been stuck at for a long time, or maybe it's a relationship that isn't meant for you anymore, or certain friendships around you that perhaps served an old version of yourself, but now you're still stuck in these old energies, and it feels strange. It feels alien because it's like, what's going on? I'm doing all of this work. I've really, done a lot of research. I've really studied myself. I've really devoted my time and energy and resources to becoming more self-aware. And yet, why am I still stuck in these old energies? You might be asking yourself, and it can feel frustrating and it can feel really exhausting. And it's like, you may be even feeling a little bit pissed off. It's like, what's going on? When's my big break coming? And I'm here to remind you that you're in a very sacred liminal space in between two worlds where you're shedding the old identity. You've built up this inauthentic identity over many years, and as you've gotten into these practices, you've started to see through perhaps the lies and the limiting beliefs and the fears and doubts and insecurities that have been holding you back for so long. And as you're getting into this work and you're learning how to let go and release them, you are feeling different internally. You may be feeling healthier. You may be feeling more vibrant, more energetic. Spiritually and emotionally, you may have evolved, and yet your circumstances aren't reflective of that. And when I say you're in this sacred liminal space, it's because there's a delay. There's what is termed an echo effect, where it takes some bit of time for your physical reality to catch up with the new consciousness that you're operating from. And it's a good thing that that's the case, because if we just manifested things on demand just by virtue of changing our beliefs and perhaps experiencing a thought about getting cut off on the road and getting really angry at someone and being like, God, I wish that person would just die. not that I would ever think that, but imagine if we just manifested things like that on demand. We'd be living in a very chaotic place. So it's a good thing that there is a delay. This is a time for you to hold firm and to, as Neville Goddard puts it, one of the greatest spiritual teachers and thinkers in philosophy and spirituality, he says to remain loyal. Stay loyal to the future version of yourself. Stay loyal to these new habits, to these new empowering beliefs. to this new identity that you've cultivated for yourself. Don't let yourself be tempted to get pulled back into these old energies. Don't let yourself, be tempted to resort back to these vices. Maybe it was drugs, maybe it was alcohol, maybe it was sexing, maybe it was gambling, maybe it was spending, maybe it was something else. But just know that this sacred space, this void, this in between two worlds that you're in, at this point in time operating in, it's kind of like an opportunity to check that you are committed to this path. It is to really allow you to rise above your circumstances and not let yourself be dragged back into the old version of yourself. This is like a confirmation. When you close a window that maybe you were doing some work in and asks you, do you want to save this? And you click yes. This is asking you as a confirmation, I believe, whether it's the universe or the reality or this, quantum field that we're operating from. It's almost like an invitation for you to confirm, yes, I want to save and lock in to this new version of myself because I've done the work and I'm remaining loyal to this. So trust that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Trust that just because visibly you can't see progress doesn't mean that there aren't invisible steps that you're taking to progress you to the next version of yourself, and that there aren't invisible forces conspiring and orchestrating to support you, and different people and resources and opportunities that are on their way right now to you to support and uplift you into the next version of yourself. So I love you so much. You are exactly where you need to be. Just stay loyal to the process. Stay loyal to this new version of yourself that you're committed to stepping into, this confident, more empowered, more assertive version of yourself. And know that whether it's tomorrow or next week or next month or in 6 months or a year, eventually your circumstances will catch up. And I'm really excited for you. So have a beautiful day or night ahead. Love you lots.